Hi everybody, my name's Mary and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing why me and my team of other students were even at George Rogers Clark Park to begin with. So for that, I'm going to share my PowerPoint with you once again. So what was our archaeology at George Rogers Clark Park all about in the first place? Well, for us, it was about the Battle of Peckuwe. So the Battle of Peckuwe happened in 1780. It was one of the battles that occurred as a part of the Revolutionary War, America's fight for independence against British rule. So this happened when Captain George Rogers Clark Park, who the park is named after, sought to take over the village of Peckuwe, which was inhabited by American Indians, mostly from the Shawnee tribe. So Clark's troops split into three groups. The one on the right was commanded by Colonel Logan. Logan was supposed to split off eastward and then north to cut off the Shawnee's retreat from the village of Peckuwe. Logan and his troops got caught trying to make their way through cliffs and bluffs, so they got stuck and never even made it to the battle. So from that, George Rogers Clark Park, I said park again, George Rogers Clark and the other group were successful because they mounted a cannon on top of a hill and they destroyed the Shawnee fort in town. So the American Indians fled to their cabins, but the cannon blasts eventually forced them out of their homes and to retreat from Peckuwe altogether. But since Colonel Logan wasn't there to cut off their retreat, they were successful in their retreat and they got out safely. And so though it was a battle technically won for the American military, the American Indians had far less casualties than that of the Americans because of their knowledge of the land and the surrounding areas. So what is ABPP Peckuwe? ABPP is the agency that gave us money to go do our survey in Peckuwe. ABPP stands for American Battlefield Protection Program, and they gave us money so that we could survey the land and we can hopefully better preserve that land by expanding boundaries. So this project was a metal detector survey in Clark County, Ohio, where George Rogers Clark Park is, to reevaluate the boundaries of the Battle of Peckuwe, which occurred in 1780. So we attempted to find artifacts that prove the boundaries of the battle were actually bigger than they appear in the National Register. And the National Register is something that keeps track of the boundaries of important historical events, like battles, and it keeps them on a map so that we know what to preserve and what to keep protected from things like construction and destruction. We surveyed places such as local residents' personal fields, like their corn fields and their soy fields, as well as land owned by George Rogers Clark Park and the Clark County Park District. So why is this important? This is important because the National Register boundaries need to match the true boundaries so that the battle and the land can be protected against modern construction and destruction, like I said before. We need to preserve history so that everything can be protected. Everything can be admired for years to come. So if you look at the map here, the major area of conflict is that little green area, and the Battle of Peckuwe boundary is a big red line around everything. Well, we surveyed land outside of that red line, and we found artifacts from the battle. So that means that there's land out there that isn't protected under the grant, but it is a part of the battle. So we need to move the boundaries to include that place. So that way that land doesn't get destroyed with construction or destruction by modern things like building housing or something like that. So that's why it's important for us to preserve history by expanding those boundaries with the National Register. And that's it for this one. So I'll be back in another video. And until then, hang tight.